Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Purplatypus is the name. Welcome to another unit review. Today we are doing Ravershark. Not sure which game he's from. I'm guessing Dragon Quest IV because this is where he is farmable from. Currently, the new free A unit farmable in event chapter 4-1. Really quick before we jump into it, I do have to do a better job of thanking my patrons. So thank you very much, patron. Revolutions, Morning Plat, Brett Weiss, Alex Pete, Ral VP, Nathan Calling, Zacharoni 2, Abyssian, Kawaii Neko Girl Minaj. Thank you very much for being my patrons. I'll start doing the thanks at the end, but I've been forgetting to do it, so I wanted to do it once in the beginning. Also, if you become a new patron, this is the point where I will name a monster after you. I'll do it really quick in the beginning of the video before we jump into it. Hypothetically, if you wanted Umbra, I would just go, boom, Umbra, here you go. Thank you for being a patron. So, if you're a new patron, you'll get a shout out at the beginning of a video. Anyway, continuing on, we are here for this unit right here. So we're going to go over his stats. He's not quite max level, I'll be honest, but we're going to have a pretty ballpark estimate of what he's capable of here. So at level 92, rank 6, fully awakened, 884 HP. That's pretty. 884 is, I like that. 168 MP. Again, I mean, that seems low, but it depends on his abilities cost. Let's take a look at the Inferno that he has. 27 MP. All right, so I mean, he has like 5 uses of it or something almost. Which is like a little bit low, but still not terrible. 343 attack, surprisingly high attack for this unit. 272 defense, a bit on the lower end probably. 322 agility, I think that's pretty good. Wisdom is garbage. Movement of 3 though, which is pretty nice. Honestly, overall stats wise, this guy is kind of impressive. Not like super impressive, but he's like, yeah, he's in that A rank for sure. For stats. Awakenings here, you get obviously your Zam Whoosh resist up. You get potency for your Smoldering Breath, which is basically Inferno, but for this guy. And you get an extra movement right away, which is pretty nice. The extra movement is a big deal. But I mean, we'll get into it. Let me just pull up my thing here. That way I make sure I don't forget any of the aspects that I want to go over. All right. Let's quickly go over resistances here. Whoosh Zam. I'm particularly partial to this right now because I was just doing a stage where the unit was using Whoosh and Zam. What stage was that? I don't know, but Whoosh and Zam feels like a pretty good combo. I mean, at least for the content I was doing. Maybe it's the stage with one of the stages on Sorrow's Mountain. It probably is because that's mostly what I've been doing recently. He has a leadership ability. That's right, because he is an A of all Sizz type potency up 5%. Obviously, this isn't as good as what you can get off other units, but it isn't that bad as a budget leader. If you have like a Sizz breath user, a Sizz physical user, and a Sizz like magic user, instead of having a higher percentage, you can instead give everyone a percentage. So like I don't hate that leadership ability. Like when you're using budget units and stuff, like sometimes this might be the best you have. But other times it won't. So Poison Breath. This is like this is half as good as King Bubble Slime's breath. He has Envenomate Breath. This is Poison Breath. So it's actually half as good makes it worse than 50% is good. Because 50% is good, like because not only does it do half the effect, but it takes, twice the turns to do it. So you have to waste 2 turns to get the same effect, and which in this game is brutal. Because they're also going to take a tick of damage that isn't Envenomate damage. They're going to take poison damage. So Poison Breath, I would say, is pretty bad overall. That's not to say it's useless. But Envenomate Breath might be too powerful on this unit. Sorry, Morning Plat. Envenomate might be too powerful. Because it's already almost too powerful on King Bubble Slime, but it's like his whole kit. But Poison Breath is just a bit weak. Like, even Sweet Breath would probably be better, but it might be okay sometimes, but I think this is probably a bad ability. The main ability here is going to be Smoldering Breath. Deals moderate Sizz type breath damage. I believe this is the exact same as Inferno, but for Sizz instead of Frizz. And so that's kind of nice. If you really need Sizz damage, and it's like they reflect spells, like this could do some damage. It is not super impressive, but it's like it's like okay, you know, I don't listen. I'm trying to be optimistic. It's not that good. Green Dragon is good, but Green Dragon has more HP and he has a physical attack AoE. So this guy feels like he's supposed to be Green Dragon, but like just a different variant of it, but he's worse at everything. Deal moderate martial damage to all enemies in area of effect. Now, again, I haven't leveled this up, and it does rarely stun, so this ability might be really good. At max level, so at level 100, with this at plus 10, maybe this is doing pretty good damage, but in the fight we're gonna show, like, it looks like it's doing pretty, very low damage here. I was not impressed with this ability at all. As far as equipment goes, just equip the dragon sword on him, right? He doesn't get any, he has breath attack, martial attack, and a typeless breath attack. So strength doesn't help him at all. Even though he's got a lot of it. So maybe like a physical scroll could be pretty, he doesn't have a lot, but he has a good amount. A physical scroll could be pretty good on him, probably. Especially because all of his attacks have range, so maybe if they get in close. Let's see. I do want to do a fight where he has an advantage, a typing advantage. Let's take a look here if Great Troll has a typing advantage. He does have Sizz. Everything is weak to Sizz here. Awesome. So this will be literally the best demonstration I could do. My girlfriend's over there looking cute as always. You guys know how she do. Say hi in the comments to Purplaty lady. Oh, did we get our new box? Not yet? Okay. We got a snack crate coming. We don't know where it's going to be from, but it's on its way. All right, so let's take a look here. We'll have this guy's the leader. You know what? Let's organize by Sizz. Let's see what kind of Sizz units we got. I know we got Whack-A-Lite for sure. That we're gonna bring. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna bring this new dragon just because I want to, even though it's gonna put this guy to shame probably. All right, let's do Whack-A-Lite. Let's do. Yeah, this is a physical Sizz attacker, I think. And then whatever, we'll bring Bella. We'll bring the B squad. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm not going to worry about equipment because this fight should be winnable, probably. We'll see. I mean, it's not that tough of a fight, but if you go in with a really weak team, like, you still get your ass kicked, you know? All right, so I'm hoping Violent Roar. I just want to be clear right now. I'm going to use Violent Roar, even if it means I lose, just so we can take a look at it together, like, really quick, you know? And we minimize that. There we go. All right, you know what? Let's just do it just like that. The Saber Cat basically always moves first because it's super fast. Not always, though. Oh, you know, this guy's actually even faster. So let's take a look. Like, this attack is like, it's at +7, but, right, 206. This might not be Inferno level. It might be worse than Inferno. That's with an extra 5% that he's given himself as well, by the way, which is just like kind of embarrassing. I mean, he's not at the max level, but he's already higher than Green. I think Green Dragon was hitting for like 400 or something. And like, look at this breath attack, bro. I mean, just like, look at this. How much does this do? We did 200. This is for 581, right? Like, and they're both free units. All right, we're gonna move you right here. By not moving you at all. You ready to go, girlfriend? All right. Quick break for 2 seconds so I can say goodbye to my girlfriend. I will lock the door. All right. We're back. So he does have the Sizz physical like I thought. We're gonna just wait here though. All right, we're gonna Violent Roar this time just to see, like, this is just like 200. How much does this do? That did 80, and it has a chance to stun, but at the same time, it just did 80, you know? Look at this. Look at Belith. What is Belith hitting for? 357. So his breath is doing less damage than Is it real that it's doing less damage than a B rank skill? Like, I guess it just like that doesn't seem real, you know? It seems like too bad. Let's smack him. Thank you for that, sir. All right, let's take a look. Maybe the physical attacks are worse. Nope, that did 330. I know it's not resisted by defense or anything, but let's just, you know, let's try it again. Let's come up here. +7 does 206 damage. 206 damage. All right. Let's take a look here. Yeah, bringing all the Sizz definitely was powerful. How much does this do? 581. How much does this do? 360. How much does this do? 154. All right, we found something that does less damage against high defense targets without a weapon. That attack does slightly less. All right, so yeah, honestly, an easy fight because we brought too much of the Sizz, but I don't think this unit would have carried, right? Like I was trying to be optimistic, but like now we're at the point of the video where I got to be like more real. Hey, kitty cat, he's yelling at me right now. Personal opinion, this unit fucking sucks. Like it's a chance it's the worst A unit so far. Like there's a chance that it's worse than King Bubble Slime. Not King Bubble Slime. King Bubble Slime is fucking incredible. There's a chance that he's just worse than King Slime. Like straight up. And that kind of sucks because he is kind of a cool dragon. I mean, he does look just like a little fat, I guess, but whatever. That's just him living his life. I love the idea of having strong breath attacks combined with poison. Like that feels kind of cool. But like none of his stuff does anything. Poison is less than half as good as Envenomate in my opinion, because it takes, you know, not only does it do half the damage, but it takes twice as long to apply. Violent Roar it has a chance to stun, but it's got to do damage. It did 8. I know it's at +0, but do you understand the difference between 80 damage and +50% potency? Which I don't know exactly how potency works, I guess, but I assume if it does 80 damage and then you +10 it, it's going to do 120 damage, right? It's 50% potency. I assume is going to take the 80 damage it does and add 50% to it to be 120. Maybe I'm wrong with how that works. Maybe it's modifying some internal stat. You know, maybe it's a potency based off the level x squared and it actually equals more damage. I don't know. But like 80 damage is grossly low. Smoldering Breath, 206 damage is grossly low. It's like they just didn't give him anything that actually does damage, you know? He has 3 things that deal damage, all deal bad damage. And the thing is, his stats aren't bad, right? He's got decent HP. He's got good attack. He's got like good agility. He's got good movement, but it's like there's just no abilities to back it up. So this guy might hold a scroll pretty well. But even then, I probably wouldn't even bother because his stuff is kind of poop. Now, is it worth it? This is where it kind of I might do like a 180. Like, yeah, I think it is worth it. Let's crank it a little bit. Like, why? Because he's a free grindable unit. Even Awaken 5, I think, is worth it. Like, the thing is, there's still going to be a situation, probably, where you're going to need Whoosh and Zam heavy resist. And you're like, all right, well, maybe Poison works. And even if Poison sucks, it's not fast, it'll still work. Or maybe, like, even if they have Sizz weakness, honestly, it doesn't work. But basically, in a situation where maybe you don't have King Bubble Slime, right? But you do have Hell Gladiator. Maybe Hell Gladiator as a leader is able to get a poison on him, and then you're able to come up here and use this guy's attack as sort of an Envenomate. You know, you get to move the Hell Gladiator's poison that he applied up to an Envenomate. So he could be good in that situation where the resistances line up. But as a standalone unit in a vacuum, pretty terrible, honestly. They do have a nice resistance to paralysis. Half resistance to breath lock is kind of cool, but if you ever find a unit that does breath lock, like, that's probably not a good attack. Like, imagine a unit having an attack that's like apply breath lock to a unit. Like, I'm sure it'd be good in some specific content, but like that would probably be a pretty bad attack. I don't even look at those because they're not relevant. But confusion immunity is like never shows up, but it's kind of nice. Paralysis half resistance is kind of nice because that could show up a bit more. But yeah, that's it. Overall, a rank, I'm gonna give him a 2 out of 10. And in the right fight, he gets a 5 out of 10. But basically a 2 out of 10. And I hate to tell you, this guy's belly might look like a slime, but this guy ain't no slime. So in reality, he has to get a 0 out of 10. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thanks again to my patrons. I would appreciate it if you signed up. Obviously, it gives me money, but that is a more direct way to support the Plat. You can also now subscribe here on YouTube or join the membership thing. Basically, it should give you some benefits when I stream, maybe ad-free. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't fucking know what you get. But you can also just save your money and better your own life. So think about that. All right, guys, see you next time. Peace out.